Good morning, all my friends. I'm Auntie Cara, and welcome to Auntie Cara's Circle Time Activities. An important announcement: this is my first video that is not a story time or book recommendation. I'm going to start doing songs, and I'm going to start doing finger rhymes and stories. So I've made some playlists on my page. Please go and take a look. And you can kind of build your own circle times to do at home if that's something you're interested in. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to be posting more and more, and you don't want to miss out. So for the first one, I'm going to do Mr. Wiggle and Mr. Waggle. Mr. Wiggle and Mr. Waggle were two friends who lived at the bottom of big hills in the same neighborhood. They each had their own little house, and when they were ready to go in for the day, they would open up their front door, pop, step inside, pop, and close the doors behind them, pop. Well, one day, Mr. Wiggle woke up. He decided to go out and check on his friend, Mr. Waggle. So he opened the door, pop, he stepped outside, pop, and he closed the door behind him, pop. And then he went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, all the way to Mr. Waggle's house. And he knocked on the door. And he said, "Oh, Mr. Waggle." But there was no answer. So he knocked again and called a little louder. "Oh, Mr. Waggle." Still no answer. So he went back home. He went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, back to his home, where he opened the door, pop, stepped inside, pop, and closed the door behind him, pop. Well, wouldn't you know it, but the very next day, Mr. Waggle decided to go and visit Mr. Wiggle. So he opened his front door, pop, he stepped outside, pop, and he closed the door behind him, pop. And he went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, until he got to Mr. Wiggle's house. He knocked on the door. "Oh, Mr. Wiggle." But there was no answer. So he tried again. "Oh, Mr. Wiggle." But there was still no answer. So he decided to go home. And he went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, back to his house, where he opened the door, pop, stepped inside, pop, and closed the door behind him, pop. Well, wouldn't you know it, but the very next day, both Mr. Wiggle and Mr. Waggle decided to go and visit each other at the very same time. They opened up their front doors, pop, they stepped outside, pop, and they closed the doors behind them, pop. And they went up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and pop. "Oh, hello, Mr. Waggle. Hello, Mr. Wiggle. I was on my way to see you. I was on my way to see you. What luck! Amazing! Hugs. Would you like to play with me?" Yes, I would. So together they ran around a bit. They did a little dancing, and they decided to roll down the hill, and ran up the hill, and rolled down the hill, and ran up the hill, and rolled down the hill, and ran up the hill. Whew! And at that time, they were quite tired. I'm pretty tired. How about you? I'm pretty tired, too. Let's go home and play another day. Okay. Hugs. And together they walked up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, back to their very own homes. They opened up the doors, pop. They stepped inside, popped, and they closed the door behind them, pop. And they both went inside and had a tea and a cookie and got into bed. And that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Leave me a like below if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ta for now.